I think a lot of young people start with games. They play games like whether it's Minecraft or some other game, and then they'll try to hack the game. The company that created it, they don't really care. Like, it's not really affecting their bottom line. One of the really cheap Chinese ones, namely, they skip a lot of those budget protocols where they have to spend money on cyber, and they just skip it.
Nice to have you here.
Nice to have you. Nice to meet you.
Can you explain or share a little bit about you?
Yeah, so my name's Sid Codes. I'm a security researcher from Australia. I've been living in Thailand for the last 5-6 years, and so I got invited to this one because it's near Thailand, so it's not far for me to fly here and come and share some of my knowledge with some of the people who want to learn. So
okay, so can you share what you up to nowadays? What project you are on?
Well, I mean, I usually just look for things to hack, hardware, predominantly hardware hacker. So I find products that are popular or something that people haven't hacked before. And I'll typically go and buy it on eBay or Shopee or Lazada, whatever they have, all those different networks. And then I'll buy the product, bring it home, study it, figure out what's wrong with it, and try to find bugs and vulnerabilities in it. And then publish that research so that other people can see what I've done, and then also try and think about what they can do to certain things around their home and office and whatnot, products that they use.
So that's really great.
It's fun.
So besides fun, what do you think about cybersecurity nowadays?
Yeah, it's always moving. It's probably the best way to explain it. Like the landscape is changing every day. So like yesterday we might have a bug, and then today a new bug that's totally different, and then the one yesterday is kind of like instantly becomes an old bug. And that's the way I see kind of like that's why I like hardware, is because people see these products every day and touch them and feel them. Whether it's in a car, an infotainment system in the car, or a tractor, which is what I've been hacking for the last couple of years, is combine harvesters, big machines, and also vehicles, but also smart TVs and in some cases ice cream machines and all these random products. But people see them and they don't realize that there's actually a lot of code and things in that, and a lot of that stuff is overlooked in terms of cybersecurity. So I like to focus on those products because they're I wouldn't say easy, but they're easier for someone who's not like web apps. Web apps is a lot more complicated, and as web apps get more and more vulnerabilities, they get more and more secure. So as you were saying before about like this barrier to entry kind of gets bigger and bigger, and a lot of people automate their web app penetration testing as well. So I find that hardware is a lot more manual, and so it can be a little bit more challenging, but also for me a lot more rewarding as well.
So I try to bring this to the perspective of consumer. So when they bought let's say a smart TV, vehicle, they bought the stuff. They want already safe to wear, to ride, to use. So obviously when you hack those hardware and there's some flow bug, as a consumer, I was thinking like, hey, when we purchase, we want everything should be smooth, right? So why the company make it so hard for us as a consumer to also checking to your research if is it this product safe or not, why do you think it's still happen?
I think a lot of the manufacturers are they're not lazy, but they just sort of skip certain features that you would put into a web application, like a web application, like a banking app, very secure. They've got a lot of people trying to secure it, a lot of people trying to hack it. If a breach happens, there's a lot of problems. But if somebody breaks into your car, there's not really, the car's a bit different, but a smart TV, there's nothing really that important on there. Okay, maybe you sign into the Facebook or your Netflix or your Gmail on your TV, which I don't recommend, by the way. Don't sign into Gmail on your TV, because if someone takes your TV, they can just read up your Gmails and, you know.
Exactly.
But things like the TV, you could steal the cookies from the TV, and then you could possibly be logged in as that person. But I think smartphones, very, very secure products, because they've got Android and Apple, spend a lot of money on those products. And that's probably what it is, money, because some of these other manufacturers, like specifically the Chinese ones or the Korean ones, spend a bit more money. I think Samsung, LG, they spend a lot on product security. But some of the really cheap Chinese ones, namely, they skip a lot of those budget protocols where they have to spend money on cyber, and they just skip it. And so those products tend to be a lot more, they tend to have more vulnerabilities, in my opinion, from my experience as well.
So from the expert, can you give a tips or, for people who want to buy hardware or gadget,
For the end consumer or for a security researcher?
For end consumer.
Okay, yeah. So for end consumer, it's probably a bit difficult to sort of like jump into cybersecurity as an end consumer, but pick brand names like popular products, and like I said, Samsung, LG, SK Hynix, Oppo, Apple, Android. These products majorly secure, but then you go to the second grade ones and the lower grade ones, like I guess, cheaper products tend to have less security, like I said, because people spend a lot less money on trying to secure the product, and sometimes they don't even care. So like if you have a vulnerability in a smart TV, which I've done before, and I published some research on that, the company that created it, they don't really care. Like it's not really affecting their bottom line. Whereas companies that sell, like for example in the EU, if they have a breach and something goes wrong in the European Union, they can get massive fines. And like it could be 10% of GDP, some outrageous number. And you'll notice Facebook, Samsung, LG, and iPhone as well. They've had a lot of problems in the EU because I don't know if it's cyber or other related reasons, but they have a lot of rules and they tend to
so regulation really help for
I personally prefer deregulation, but some companies some companies prefer regulation because it gets rid of the competitors. And I'm sure obviously if you have more regulation, then the companies that don't spend much on security, they have to start spending more money, and it kind of brings up the whole market. So I agree there.
Okay, so I saw a few researchers here attend the conference. I think that's really good. But not many people passionate like you doing the research, and how to encourage young generation to be more doing the research, what is the advice from the expert?
I think a lot of young people start with games. They play games like whether it's Minecraft or some other game, and then they'll try to hack the game, or they'll try to hack the game, beat it, or some sort of similar mindset concept. And I think that's where a lot of people start. Or they buy something on eBay, or they have a product that they've bought, and they're like, why? They try to fix it, or they try to break into it to make it better, or jailbreak it or something. And that's typically where that's where I kind of started, I guess. Actually, I started making websites and things like that. And then you would get hacked. People would hack your website, whether it's WordPress or something. And then you kind of have to like, okay, now I've got to spend time learning why I got hacked and fix up my website, fix up other people's websites, and then you start to get better at cybersecurity that way. I think for someone who's brand new, or they're in the industry, or they're doing something already in cybersecurity, you should have stuff around the house, smart devices. And for me, because I like hardware, try and break open the smart devices. Not the important ones. You don't want to break stuff that you want to use, but like if you have like a smart light switch or something, try and figure out how it works. And maybe there's vulnerabilities that someone else has published, and see if you can follow along their research and see if you can do the same thing to that product, and then you'll have a good idea of how to do it to the next product and the next product. That's the way I see it. So
so that's good advice actually. Okay, thank you for your insight. Thank you for your time, and looking forward to hear your speech.
Thank you very much. Thanks.